Today, we're going to jump into a really powerful short story by G.L. Fuentes called A Letter to God. It's this incredible tale about pure, simple faith crashing right up against the tough realities of life. And it asks a fascinating question. What happens when one man's desperation pushes him to do something truly extraordinary? So, before we even get into this story, I want you to just think about this for a second. What would you do if some single catastrophic event just wiped out everything you'd worked your entire life for? Where would you even begin to look for help? Let's just keep that question in the back of our minds as we meet the man at the heart of this story. All right, so our story kicks off in this quiet, pretty isolated valley. And here we meet our main character, a farmer named Lencho. This is a guy whose whole life, his whole world, is tied up in the land he works every single day. I mean, just picture this, right? A single house on a hill, looking out over everything. This isn't just where Lencho sleeps, it's his entire universe. He's totally cut off from the rest of the world, but he has this incredibly deep connection to the earth beneath his feet. And this is the view he wakes up to. This line really captures that feeling of hope. The corn is ripe, the flowers are blooming, everything is pointing towards a great harvest. This is his life's work, the food for his family, and it's all right there, just about to pay off. So, all that hope, all that hard work, it all comes down to one simple thing that's completely out of his control: the weather. All he needs is a little bit of rain. It's a simple, honest wish from a farmer. Well, Lencho is about to get exactly what he wished for, but it's going to show up in a way he could never, ever have seen coming, turning all that simple hope into an absolute nightmare. At first, it's just pure joy. The rain starts to fall, and for Lencho, this is like money falling from heaven. He literally sees the big drops as 10-cent pieces and the little ones as fives. It feels like his prayers have been answered. Prosperity is just raining down on him. And then, just like that amazing feeling just vanishes. The hopeful rain turns into something else, something much more threatening. The whole mood of the story shifts from hope to dread in a single instant. So yeah, those new coins he was so happy about, they've become something else entirely. Hard, destructive hailstones. The blessing has become a complete and total curse. And listen, this wasn't just a quick hailstorm. You have to imagine it, an entire hour of relentless ice just pounding down on his house, his garden, everything he owns. The destruction is just total. So, when the storm finally lets up, Lencho is left to face what's happened, and what he finds is a scene of just complete and utter devastation. Wow, that image really says it all, doesn't it? His field, which was once so vibrant and full of promise, is now just white, barren. It looks more like a landscape of death than one of life. Just take a moment and look at Lencho right here. This image just perfectly captures his heartbreak. You can see the despair on his face, the absolute helplessness in the way he's standing there in the middle of his ruined field. It's all gone. In his mind, this was worse than some biblical plague. He thinks that even a swarm of locusts might have left something behind. But this storm, it took everything. There was nothing left. And that's the cold, hard reality of the situation. This isn't just about losing money. This is about survival, his family's survival. An entire season of back-breaking work just wiped out in a single hour. But here, at his absolute lowest, when all seems lost, Lencho's story takes this truly remarkable turn. When there's no human hope left, he turns somewhere else entirely. So even with all this evidence of total ruin right in front of his eyes, this one single belief is still there. Lencho's faith is so simple, so direct, that it's completely unshaken by the disaster. Faced with this massive problem that he has no way of solving, he decides to write to the highest authority he can think of. Not the government, not a bank. He writes a letter directly to God. It's just this act of pure, almost childlike faith. And that's where we're going to leave things for today. The story leaves us with this fascinating question: what on earth happens when a man with faith like that actually mails a letter to the divine? It really makes you think, doesn't it? When everything is on the line, what would you truly believe in?